here's Brody Brazil.
Out in Boston these days, they are well underway with something called the Fenway Corners project. It's being backed by the team, the land is all purchased, all the approvals are in place, so right now it's only a matter of actually getting the work done and putting this all together in phases, which they will do starting across the next couple of years. You'd like to think, and you'd like to hope that they'll do this the right way, they'll honor history. I mean, Fenway Park is one of the spectacle cathedrals of Major League Baseball. A lot of history there. So you'd like to hope that the Red Sox group is going to honor the ballpark and make all of this feel right in the end. But there is just one problem, one outstanding problem that Red Sox fans are already calling out with this project. I will explain that to you in just a second. But as for this Fenway Corners project, it includes the transformation, and I'll show you the map in just a second, 8 different structures over the span of 5 acres surrounding Fenway Park, mostly on the third base and left field side of the ballpark. 2 million square feet of commercial, retail, and residential to be totally redone. It's not like these are vacant lots. These are old buildings. They're also going to keep a lot of the historic facades. They're going to upgrade transit in this area, add bike lanes, wider sidewalks, better lighting for nighttime situations, but 200 new homes, 40 retail units. The planned cost and upgrade here is about $1.6 billion. That's an old number, too. You'd have to think it's probably inching closer to the $2 billion mark as time goes on here in the 2020s. But they're hoping to do this the right way. They are fully permitted, or they were in 2023, to get all this done. The Fenway Sports Group basically has this in their hands now, and that's why they're starting to unveil designs and renderings and an overview map like this. Here's the 8 different buildings in orange, obviously Fenway Park right there highlighted in green, but it's really the building there at 55 Lansdowne in left field over the green monster that is the cause of some concern and speculation by Red Sox fans. Everything else, not necessarily an issue. You've seen the map. Now you get to see a visual representation. Yeah, some of those buildings are going to have great views, you'd think, peering down into Fenway Park, whether it's office spaces or condos or retail, probably on the lower floors. You can already see how this is going to go. I mean, every ballpark, every new ballpark in the country is getting a ballpark village surrounding it. And now one of the oldest ballparks in Major League Baseball is going to get a redone ballpark village surrounding it. So the different buildings, and there's not much of a controversy or a conversation there until you get to this one, 55 Lansdowne Street, across from the Green Monster on the other side of it. Now, this is certainly going to be bigger than the Monster. It's going to be more visible than anything that's ever stood behind it. I mean, nothing has ever been behind it. I think there's always an empty parking lot. Is there a parking garage? There are some buildings out there, but you usually see a home run go over the Monster and bounce into the street, bounce off a building. Let's just hope that this building has like reinforced glass and the brick's going to be fine and the steel's going to be fine. But yeah, baseballs are going to strike that building. But again, that is not necessarily the issue at hand here. So let's actually get to that part. Here's what fans are the most concerned about with that building.
As a fan, Citgo sign it's Boston.
It may not be part of the ballpark.
It's always in the background, lurking there. It's just part of the presence of being in Fenway Park.
But for some Red Sox fans, the famous
sign.
Citgo sign is just as important.
When you see the Citgo sign, you know that you are here and ready for the Red Sox to win.
They fear their view of it may soon look different, as a new building is set to go up right in the middle of Lansdowne Street.
Which I think would be kind of, not criminal obviously, but I think it would not be a good thing for Boston.
Now, as is proposed right now, the building is supposed to stand 129 feet tall right here on the street between the ballpark and the Mass Pike.
Renderings show the 7-story brick building set to be office and retail space for the Red Sox and their ownership group, towering over Fenway Park's Green Monster.
Well, I kind of like it the way it is.
I say they build another building somewhere else. Why does it have to be right in front of the Citgo sign?
Well, that's because they purchased the land and that's where they're going to build. I agree with Amanda. So I totally understand the fan resentment here. Number one, building something higher than the Monster so that it becomes less intimidating. But also, yeah, maybe something as simple as the Citgo sign. They're in the petroleum business, so it's not even like it's a sincere connection to fans and like a brand of something that they really, really love. But they're just so familiar with this sign over the green monster and something that has kind of peered over Fenway Park for as long as most fans have even been alive. I'll get into the history of the Citgo sign, but if you've ever been to Fenway Park, especially a night game, when that thing lights up and it does its kind of animations and it goes top to bottom, it literally is part of the experience of going to a night game or any game at Fenway Park. So as much as a lot of fans here in 2025 complain about advertising and sponsorships that they didn't ask for, here's fans literally defending something that is a long-standing advertisement over Fenway Park. The sign is 60 feet by 60 feet. It's not that big, but it feels big, and it's actually an estimated 1,200 feet from home plate. Like, you can't ever hit the Citgo sign. It's way out there, but it's huge. It's imposing. Like, you will notice it if you're at a game at Fenway Park. It first appeared in 1940. So yeah, longer than most of you have been alive. 1940 over corporate headquarters, which are in the building below. The sign was renovated in 1965 to become electronic, to look kind of how it does today. And then in 2010, they put in environmentally friendly lights. It was probably just neon tubes for all those years. I would imagine they finally upgraded to LED lighting. But yeah, the Citgo sign, or as a lot of people might tell you, the See It Go sign. No, that's not actually. It's Citgo. Citgo. Let's get to the takeaways here. I'd like to think, right, that the Red Sox are now aware of this, and they're still in the design phase of this Fenway Corners project. I'd like to think there has to be a way they can build their building, get what they want out of it, and still not obstruct view of the Citgo sign from inside Fenway Park. Can they do it? I'd like to think so. I'd hope to think so. But if this comes down to simply real estate dollars and a big amount of money that they can or would not make over time, depending on if you can or cannot see that sign, and building bigger or smaller, then that sign is going to get blocked. If it comes down to money and dollars. Everybody's sentimental, but everybody also likes money, I think, even more. And in this case, it seems like that would win out. But my point is, if there's a way, maybe this is good. This is being brought up and called out. Maybe there's a revision. Maybe they make everybody happy here, and the Red Sox and their fans are in harmony with this 5-10 years down the road. I always think it's interesting, and this is a unique situation. Like I said before, fans generally don't like a new advertisement or something that's thrown in their face. Or if there was a new sign built out there, they'd say, "Oh, I don't like that or that company or that brand or that sign or the way it looks." But they're comfortable with the old ones. They're comfortable with the Citgo sign out there. They love that. It feels more like being at home. You heard what the fans said, and I think that's a pretty representative cross-section there on WBZ television. So I get it, but they're comfortable with that, so they don't actually want that to go away. And if Citgo were to go out of business tomorrow, I guarantee there would be a group put together to say, save the Citgo sign. Like, even though that's not a brand anymore, hypothetically, they would just want to keep that sign looking how it is, like it is, where it is. I hope this entire project goes well, honestly. I mean, the Red Sox basically already have it in their hands. There's nothing they need. They've got the money. They've got the land. They're going to do this. I just hope they do it thoughtfully. They do it in a way that makes Red Sox fans happy. Or if you've never been to Fenway Park and you want to visit this place, I would hope that they will do this in a way that kind of keeps it feeling old school and genuine rather than a bunch of glass skyscrapers right across the street from Fenway Park. I love all the brick. I love all the brown tones and the very Boston-y feel about, obviously, Fenway Park and any old ballpark like this. But I hope that they do this project and design it out the rest of the way that really fits Boston and also fits Fenway Park. Because I'll be honest, Wrigley in the National League and Fenway in the American League, there's nothing like it. And at this point, they've had huge renovations to both those ballparks. They should never go away. They should only be continuously upgraded, but upgraded in the right way. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Thumbs up while you're down there. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I would love to see you back here next time.